We spoke about Dodon and his Yampe tree on the last episode and how he was outfoxed by yours truly and others, Jim Boy, ably assisted by Meo to help ourselves with breadfruits, because Dodon has been a bit difficult. And I think by now you may be saying that boy Alex was a handful when he was younger. The fact is, probably I was, but we kind of derived the ways to beat the system. And the same way that I'm doing now, you know, I don't think one can beat the system. However, I think you can work around it or work with it. So I worked with the system to get the stuff that we wanted. I always try to put myself out for people and with people and try to help the disadvantaged. And that was, and still continues to be my story. So that was Dodon and the breadfruit tree. But right next to Dodon was a lady called Daya. Not right next, a couple houses over. Because between Dodon and NELLA Daya house, Helen was to the left. Me always had a little house in the area that she is. Lauer man had his house there. So the entire family, the Celestines, live in that general area. And Daya live right across next to Helen's house along the main road, close to across from the next side of the credit union. So that's where Daya lived. There was a nice little old school wooden house there. And Daya was Tebe's mother. Tebe was a barber. Tebe would cut the young boy's hair, only bald head style. Tebe would start cutting your hair now, leave you, go to my inner shop, get drunk, come back about 45 minutes after, talk on your head, turn your head, turn your head, turn your head. He had a slur speech. He called him Tebe. He didn't speak very well and he laughed. A big laugh for people who remember Tebe. Power was the other barber who cut the other boys here, the bigger boys. So the box cut, flat top, bebop, afro wrongs, and so that was Power. Power did the same thing that Tebe did. Left you, go minus, come back half an hour after with a cigarette and staggering and finish you up and send you home. So Daya was Tebe's mom. Her name was NELLA MASSICOTT, and she was one of the most spicy ladies from the community. When she started telling you choice words, she does not end until her breath or her lalin cut. And then she take breath again and she goes for about 90 seconds giving you the words again, one after the other. You could not curse more than Daya. And while she cursing you, she telling you in the curse that my name is NELLA MASSICOTT and I'm from whatever, and I was born in 1910 in all you, and she goes on. So she was born in 1910 and she was famous with her tongue. So the police from the community knew Daya. So they would curse, Daya would curse a million times and they would just pass by because Daya was known for doing that. But back then too, people got arrested for cursing. Arrested for spitting, doing little things in the public that you should not do. I'm telling you, it was easy to get arrested. Discipline was high. So, but one thing though, you will not being picked up for being drunk. And I suspect we had an issue in Calibishie, probably still do, where I think people drank excessively. And I think there ought to be a study done to find out why is it that people within smaller rural communities sort of drink so much. Because the same is true for Woodfordale, Wesley, Marigot, Kalinago territory, Collyho, you know. So there is a residual problem of over excessive drinking, and Calibishie was known for that. So we were not being arrested for drinking, but people was arrested for cursing, littering, and stuff like that. So NELLA was one of the most expert curse word users. When she start on your lang, she end on your chew, and she goes down to your coo. But I'll have to tell you or continue the incident of NELLA MASSICOTT on the next episode.